Happy Labor Day 2022. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is the 30th of May 2022. It is Memorial Day. I hope everyone has had an exceptional weekend, and I hope today that you get to cap it off in capital style. Let's start today off with a blessing, shall we? Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, a blessing for this Labor Day, Monday, May 30th, 2022. A day of remembrance. Give us a blessing commiserate with this day. We get a blessed heart. If you feel that something is missing, look within and you will find it. What is your heart saying? Your heart is the gateway to your soul, and your soul is the eternal you. Know that you are free, protected, and blessed. Namaste. Let me read that one more time. A blessed heart. If you feel that something is missing, look within and you will find it. What is your heart saying? Your heart is the gateway to your soul, and your soul is the eternal you. Know that you are free, protected, and blessed. Namaste. Good morning. That is a perfect blessing to start off this Memorial Day. Oh my goodness. This year is going so fast, and we've got so much news to get through. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Um, First question, let's go ahead and stay on the Robb school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Will the new information on the handling of the school shooting, you know, it taking the police over an hour to enter the building, while those babies, second, third, and fourth graders, were frantically calling 911. Their parents outside of the building being held back from the police who would not enter. Is this what I predicted? Is this the big thing that is going to cause the consciousness to change? I don't think so. But what I do believe is that this is the tip of the iceberg of what is going to occur this year that is going to snatch people out of sleep and is going to raise the collective consciousness. Okay? Will the new information on the handling of the school shooting in Texas change some Republicans' thinking? And what I mean by this is, will this change? Will this stop some people who are on Team 45 or QAnon? Will this wake them up? Will this make them see what their party is doing? Here we go. Will the new information? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, I pulled all 9 and I could have stopped at 3. The first card. The first card we got is death. This is an important card because this card means the end. The end. So, now America was built on the gun, built on it. European colonialism was based on the gun. Okay? All the territories and properties that were seized by Europe were taken by force with a gun. America was no different. The only difference with America, I'm sorry, guys, had a little toothpaste on my face. The only difference with America is that it never stopped using the gun, where other industrialized countries understood that citizenry with murderous weaponry was not a good idea. And they enacted laws to outlaw civilians carrying guns for no reason. No, they didn't take away people's hunting rifles. No, you just had to register it. Sane, sensible gun laws. Things people can live with. Nobody had a problem with it. America had sane, sensible gun laws. After Ronald Reagan got shot, oh yes, they banned assault rifles. They banned automatic weapons because a president got shot. But once the National Rifle Association became a political group and bought the Republican Party, bought them. When they give millions of dollars to one person, even if it's for their campaign, guys, these guys know how to wheel and deal with that money to make a charitable campaign a contribution, buy a new car, or be a down payment on a luxurious beach resort in Belize. Okay? Understand that Congress was bought and paid for, that our Congress, the Congress and the Senate, because it's both houses. And yes, there are Democrats who are supported by the NRA. Joe Manchin is one of them. And I can almost guarantee you Kirsten Sinema is getting money from them as well. Okay? And that's not, and they're not the only two. So let's not even think that those are the two little demons in our party. Now the question was, will the new information change the minds of some Republicans? First card we get is death, the end. Okay? This is change. This is a permanent change because death, in the human construct of thinking, is permanent. Gone is gone. In front, we get our first yes. We get the Wheel of Fortune karma. Our world is not sustainable as it is. How many how many years can we continue to watch our babies die? Especially right now, when the GOP is taking away a woman's right to choose to whether she can even have a child. So the Republican Party is mandating that you make babies and you have them whether you want them or not. And no, they're not going to feed them. They're not going to house them. They're not going to protect them. No, 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 no. You are going to have these babies so that they can be targets for idiots with guns because they are not going to do a damn thing to stop the guns. But they don't want you to be able to have any control over your family or procreation. No, they want you to have babies so that they can use them as target practice. This is the GOP. This is QAnon. We're gonna force you to have babies. We're not gonna feed them. We're not gonna house them. We're not gonna give you medical care. Don't care if the baby dies after it's born. In fact, we're going to use it as a target. We're going to send it to a public school and let every crazy person come in and shoot at your baby because we don't care about your child. We don't care about you. We only care about controlling your life, controlling your thoughts, controlling your movements, and killing you at will. Below is the second yes, the world card, because everybody's seeing this. How disgusting. Ted Cruz ran away from a question. Mr. Cruz, why is America the only country whose babies get slaughtered in school. Why can't you fix this? And what's the Republican response? It's not time to talk about gun violence right now. We need to send our thoughts and prayers to the victim while Winchester and Remington make more guns. Behind this question, we get justice. And this is a strange card because the people who deserve justice are dead. They're dead. The Republican Party killed them by protecting the gun, exalting the gun. It says justice is coming. But how do you get justice for dead people? You can't bring those 19 babies from Robb Elementary School back. You can't bring all those babies from Sandy Hook back. Do you realize those babies would be graduating high school or starting college now? This is during our lifetime. We are responsible for this because we have not stood on our politicians' necks and forced them to do our bidding. And this is what this is about. This is not about Republican congressmen, Democratic congressmen, whoever. This is not about them. This is about us allowing them to kill us with inaction and refusing to take the power that we have to remove these people from office. Again, using our collective consciousness to weed out bad actors, to force them out. If you're not with us, you're against us. If you are not going to pass laws that help us, then you are self-serving and you must go. That is not affecting free will. If you are an employer and someone is not doing their job, then you fire them. We are the employers of every single person sitting in the House of Representatives or in the Senate. We are the boss of the president. We have to understand, even though the powers that be who wrote these laws only wrote them in word only, we have power. And when we realize that we can use it to change our world, and you don't need to be with a group. You only need to think it and believe that you have the power to change it. Once we all know that all we have to do is consciously focus on what is wrong and put our energy into a solution for it and send it into the cosmos, that we change the tide. We may not be able to change somebody's thoughts, but we can change a vibration that can stop a shooting. We can change circumstances to where a random individual walks by and speaks to a shooter, and all of a sudden that person's mind changes, and now they are no longer dead set on killing someone. We have to understand the power that we have. And right now, it is imperative that we understand. Guys, if you have not been paying attention to what they have been doing to us to try to suppress our energy, and it's even being said by politicians and actors and everyone, this is a raising of the consciousness. This is so for real. I know it sounds like a once upon a time fairy tale, but it isn't. It truly is not. The powers that we were born with, that were suppressed in our parents, that were suppressed in our grandparents, have been suppressed as long as people have known that they could control us by calcifying our pineal gland. Okay? And I'm going to keep harping on this until everyone understands. Every one of us has a pineal gland. Every single one of us. That pineal gland is your literal little alien antenna into the universe, into the galaxies, it is your connection to source. It is the top of your chakras. Okay, this is where all your energy comes through your feet and out the top of your head to connect you with the cosmos. You are connected to Earth, so the energy that you receive through your feet is from Gaia. The energy that you release through your crown chakra connects you to source. It makes you, remember that old figure 8, the infinity sign? That is the vibration of the universe flowing through you. Infant, is it infantum? Infinitus? In infinicity. I don't know the word, but it's infinite. Okay? That connection is infinite. No one can separate you from source. You are connected. You have always been. You will always be. The only thing that they have successfully done is number one, make you misunderstand source, make you not understand what source is. And the second thing they do is have you looking outside of yourself for that which is already in you. Okay? And again, that's what religion is afraid of with disclosure. Because God, the great being, the spirit, the creator, whatever you want to call it, lives in you. It does not live outside of you. You are a particle, a star. You are dust. You are a skin flake of the creator. You are one with, not separate, not there's no duality. You are. The creator runs through you. We are one with. There's no separation. Please, that is the first thing that everyone must understand, is that God is not an outside force. It is within us. Stop screaming to the heavens. You don't have to do that. God is within you, not outside of you. And as soon as you understand that, your life will change, because you will know that you don't have to look for somebody else, to someone else, for strength. It is in you. You just have to unlock the door, take off the blinders that religion has bound to your head. Okay? Now, the question was, will this, 18 minutes. Will, on the first question, will the school shooting change the consciousness of Republicans? And we've got our yeses. And guys, here's some things that I didn't foresee. There's going to be a partnership, and hopefully this is us working together to solve this problem. We cannot, again, rely on the government. The government has shown us what they do. Okay? So this partnership has got to be us. This partnership has got to be the collective saying enough. The government is not protecting us. I keep telling everybody that. Now it's clear as day. And I have okay, before I jump on that, the answer to that question is yes. And it's going to be because of the death and because of coming death, because this is not the last school shooting. This is the one that got our attention because it was babies. Okay, each shooting that happens, and there's already been one. There was one yesterday. 7 people got shot somewhere. 7 people got shot. A police shootout somewhere, and innocent people get caught in the crossfire of a police shootout, because the police don't even care enough about the citizens to make sure that they don't kill innocent people. Again, all right, all right. So let me find this question that I want to ask, that goes with this same question. It was Beautiful Girl's question. Beautiful Girl says, and everybody needs to pay attention to this. In 2010, when Barack Obama won his first year, we had the Senate and the House. We could have done anything. We could have done anything. In 2010, Nancy Pelosi did not decide that it was a good idea to re-up gun control. So we had the power. We could have reenacted the assault weapons ban. My question is, in 2010, when the Democratic Party had the House and the Senate and a majority that could not be challenged, why did they not re-up the assault rifle ban? Why did the Democratic Party not reenact the assault rifle ban? And there were, how many shootings were there when Obama was president, guys? Sandy Hook happened during Obama's presidency. Nancy Pelosi did shit to stop it. This is what I'm saying, guys. These people who sit in Congress and in the Senate for year after year after year that do absolutely nothing to make our lives safer, to make our lives better. And Nancy Pelosi was the Speaker of the House in 2010. Why? In 2022, 12 freaking years later, are we still doing this? At a time again, what? We got a Democrat as the president. We got a Democratic Congress and we have a Democratic Senate. But we have a whole bunch of self-serving individuals that work for the NRA. And guys, believe me when I tell you this, the reason that we don't have an assault rifle ban is because of Democrats in 2010 who were on the teat of the NRA, who got paid off to not vote, to not bring it up for a vote, or to make sure that every time it did get brought up for a vote, that it got vetoed, denied, put on the back burner so that it could expire, so that the NRA could continue to make millions and millions of dollars off of the murder of American children. Because that's who's dying. That's who's dying the most. American children, our babies, are the victims of this gun violence. But let me ask a question. Why didn't our completely Democratic Congress and Senate pass sane gun laws when we had the opportunity? Oh, because they was getting paid. They were getting paid. Take the money. Take the money. Take the money from the big corporation. Take the money from the NRA. It's okay. Everybody does it. Make a little money while you're in Congress. We know you're stealing America's future. It's okay. Line your pockets. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. We didn't get it done in 2010, but if we can still keep the House in 2012, we'll get it done then. They stole our lives. They murdered us. They did it because they were getting money and they did not want that to stop. Big business is in our government. Big business has bought these politicians. Nancy Pelosi, the rest of them that have been in Congress for more than 10 years are on the dole. They are on the take. Understand this. I don't care if you like them. I don't care if you like them. This is the reason we are in the mess that we are in, is because we put these yahoos in there because, oh, we like them. It's a popularity contest. And we leave them there and they've done nothing for us. Nothing for us. And we've had the power. We've had it several times and we get nothing done. because we allow people like Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema to lay as wolves in our midst. So every time we have an opportunity to get something done, we already have the kibosh in place. Believe me when I tell you, this is how government works. Nobody's worried about Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema because that's how it is. That's the status quo. They don't want things to get done, so nothing gets done. They tell you, oh, it's all their fault, but they're not doing anything to get these people out of our midst, to get them primary, to make their Democratic name mud, so that when they run for reelection, they won't get reelected. The Democratic Party has the power to do that. You see, the Republicans, if they want you to lose a race, you lost today. The Democratic Party were like, oh, well, we're not going to do anything to them. We're going to just allow them to sabotage us, and we're just not going to do anything. We are going to lay down and be the victims time after time because we trust that the people who have a D behind their name have our interests at heart, and they do not. Otherwise, we would already have sane gun laws because we had the Congress and the Senate. We had it, and we did nothing with it. Now, if that does not wake you up as to what our government truly is, Democratic or Republican, then I can't convince you of anything. I cannot wake you up if you refuse to open your eyes. This is why I'm here, guys. America is a slave state, whether you want to believe it or not. We are living in a system of slavery. We are controlled. We don't even have the right to protect ourselves or our children. And what happened at Robb Elementary says that with an exclamation point. Children are being slaughtered inside a school, calling 911 from inside the school. Please help us. There is a man with a gun shooting kids' faces off. The police are outside holding the parents back, pepper spraying parents, handcuffing parents, arresting parents who only want to go in there and save their kids. But the damn police didn't do a damn thing. Who came in there? The Mexican Border Patrol came in the school, walked into the school, and shot the doggone shooter. After he'd been in there for an hour and 40 minutes, he could have lined those poor babies up and executed them. He had enough time to do anything he wanted to. The police standing outside the building did nothing. The white police standing outside the Brown Elementary School did nothing. They allowed those babies to die. Every one of those babies had a Mexican last name. Those cops did shit to stop a school shooting because they were not white children. They didn't care. Kill them all. Understand, look, and stop giving these people any kind of free pass. They are murderers. They do not care. They are white supremacists. They are keeping us in a level of slavery and ignorance because we are allowing them to keep us here. Because we will not stand up and topple this over like it needs to be, so that we can have a government that is actually by the people, for the people, not for corporations, not for the rich, for the ones who actually run this thing, the minimum wage people who run this country. If everybody who made less than $20 an hour stopped working, did not do nothing for a few days, you know, the essential workers, the ones that run Starbucks, the ones that work at the gas stations, the ones that work at the grocery stores, the ones that this country cannot do without. Well, if all those people would just stay the freak home for a little while, we could bring this country to a screeching halt, and then we could turn this mess around. We need to. Guys, oh my God, I know it sounds scary, but hell, what better time? Gas prices are through the roof. Food prices are through the roof. Why should you spend money to go Why should you pay your whole day's wages to fill your tank to go be a slave, to come home, to have to spend the whole next day's wages just to try to feed yourself? Why not stay home for a couple of days and bring the rich to their knees? How about that? How about that? Doesn't that make more sense than us continuing to suffer? Why don't we just bring this machine to a screeching halt by all us minimum wage, low wage workers refusing to be slaves for this country? If every one of us who worked in a gas station or supermarket called in sick for the next 3 days, we could bring this country we could change everything, everything, because then we wouldn't be at the mercy of them. They would be at the mercy of us. And if we could put our collective consciousness together to where we could support each other through 3 days, so we can make sure that our neighbors weren't hungry or thirsty, so that nobody was suffering through these 3 days. There's enough of us to do this. We can change this. This is our collective consciousness. Again, this is us. We have this power. All right, let me get back to these questions. Let me get back to this answer because I got all upset because our Democratic Party stole our liberties. This question was about why we didn't do something in 2010, and here's the big answer: because they don't work for us; they work for themselves. They stole our democracy. They did it for money because they are getting paid. Private interest, lobbyists lobbyists are what is making people in Congress rich. That is the draw for people to want to go to Congress, just so that they can be courted by the lobbyists, so they can go and have trips to Belize on somebody's private island, just for a yes vote for this. That's all they want. Just give us a yes vote on this, or give us a no vote on that, and we are going to make your life fabulous. Guys, believe that the people who we have elected, the majority of the people who we have elected and put into office, serve themselves. They say what they say to get paid. They tell us one thing and they tell lobbyists another. The reason we don't have progress, when Democrats have held everything where we could have fixed everything, we could have been benevolent and nothing got done. Ask yourselves why. Is there really a difference between the Republican and the Democratic Party? Is there really a difference? It is still ideology. It is still talking points. It is still brainwashing. We, as a Democrat or as a progressive, you want to have the feeling that you're benevolent, that you want to help. And most of us, that is truly how we feel. But is that how our party actually works, guys? Is our party actually benevolent? Is our party actually doing things to fix the problems of this world? Or are we just slapping band-aids over it and letting time go by and hoping that we forget? Because that's what they expect to happen with the school shootings. Oh, in a couple of days, it'll be old news. Okay, it's already page 2. By Friday, it'll just be another memory because there will have been another school shooting or another mass killing or another senseless act of violence in this country that we can predict. You don't have to be a psychic to predict that tomorrow there will be a mass shooting. You don't have to be a psychic. Why? Tomorrow in America, somewhere, there will be a mass shooting. That ain't no kind of psychic. That is a symptom of the sickness that this country is living under. To know unequivocally that by the end of the week, 10, 20, 30 more people will have died because of an idiot with a gun. All right, let me get off that question. Whew, all right. Spirit Beyond the Stars has a question. She would like to know, is do the GOP have a plan Are they already working a plan to steal the 2024 election? Are the Republicans working on a plan? Are they working on a plan to steal the 2024 elections? Yep. But I don't think it's gonna work out for them, guys. First card again we got is death. But then everything is different. So it's not just a repeat of the cards that got thrown last time. The only one that came up is death. Okay. Do the Republicans have a plan? In front, they have the first card they get is obstruction. This is in front of them. So they are going to, the plan is to try to do whatever they can to obstruct the election. Below is the spy in the camp. Okay. And this one I also look at as a sentry. What I'm feeling here, I'm feeling that this year they're gonna be using intimidation techniques at the polls. I see armed men at voting places. I see voter intimidation on voting days. This is what I see. But behind them, guys, the consciousness is going to rise. I think the Republican Party may be surprised when a lot of their people don't vote. A lot of Republicans may not vote Republican. So even though they put the fix in, their own voters won't vote for them. In front of them in the near future, they have the tower, force, fatality, ruin. So bad things are coming. Now, I feel the implosion. At some point, there has got to be an implosion. Okay. I feel that there is a truth that is going to happen that is going to rouse the consciousness. There is something big, and I thought that this school shooting would be that big thing. No, guys, as big as that was, what is going to happen to America is going to be bigger than 19 babies getting shot in their classroom. And that is a sad thing to say. But what is going to happen to this country to change our consciousness. And this is something that is going to be done to us from the inside. And we will see it happen to us. Okay? That's what's going to change our consciousness. Here's our big answer about them trying to steal the election. Yes, oh yes. And they have been planning this literally since Trump was a nominee on how they were going to keep uh, this in office, how they were going to keep this going. Now, everybody needs to remember the 2018 election was really actually stolen. The 2018 election was stolen. Hillary Clinton won that election. They did the electoral college votes. They fixed it then. And everybody should be able to remember it because they had rigged people into not being able to change their electoral college vote. People in Washington, the electoral college in Washington, I want to say in Alaska and in some other places, who wanted to change their vote, and they had an excessive fee, $1,000 fee, like a penalty to change their vote, and that they stole. They rigged the electoral college and they forced states into a corner with money. And God, I wish people would have just paid the $1,000. Hillary would have been um, president, and we could have something could have been different. But again, things might not have been different. We don't know, do we? So, keeping on with this question, the next answer um, about them stealing the election, we get temperance. We're out of balance. Everything is upside down, guys. 2024, this year's election and 2024 is going to shine a huge light on everything that is broken in America. And running up to this, we are going to see the brokenness and we are going to see the treachery of the people that we have in office. This is what these next 2 years is going to bring us. Be prepared to see the worst in people, okay? Be prepared to see the worst in our politicians. You're already seeing that. Just like Ted Cruz running away from reporters because, oh my God, I can't answer an honest question. I can't answer a question. My kids go to private school, so I don't have to worry about them getting shot. Only people who have to send their kids to public schools have to worry about their kids getting shot. Okay, my next question is for another one from Beautiful Girl. Monkeypox is in 7 states. Will there be a vaccine available this year? I think there already is a vaccine for monkeypox. I think this is one of the things that the World Health Organization had already made a vaccine for eons ago, and it's just been sitting in storage. But I could be wrong. Let's ask Tara. Will a monkeypox vaccine be available this year? Yep, first card, first card. There's already a monkeypox vaccine. All right, yes, yes. All around the world, there will be a vaccine for monkeypox. Next question. Will Georgia prosecutor Jackie Johnson be prosecuted for shielding the McMichaels, the ones that murdered Ahmaud Arbery when he was jogging? Will the prosecuting attorney, her name is Jackie Johnson, will she be prosecuted for shielding the McMichaels from prosecution and murdering Ahmaud Arbery? Yeah, that's why they didn't get arrested. Yeah, he was a ex-police resource officer, something like that, who knew the prosecuting attorney, who kicked dirt over murder. A government official, law enforcement person who allowed 2 people, 3 people, for a long time to get away with cold-blooded murder right there in the government. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Will Jackie Johnson? Yep. Yes. Oh, I'm pulling on this. I gotta read this because she got the devil below her. Oh my goodness. Okay, Jackie Johnson is going. She got the holy table and tears, tears, tears. Oh, she's gonna be sad. Oh, she's gonna get what's coming to her, and they're going to throw the book at her as they should. Um, it is so weird how certain things get done and then other things don't get done. But yeah, Jackie Johnson is going to face her karma. Below her, she's got the devil, force, fatality, and ruin. She is going to lose her job. She may lose her pension. She may lose her pension because what she did was a crime, and it was a moral crime. She might lose her pension. Her punishment is going to be severe. Severe. She was holding the world in her hands. She had all that power. And that's what it was. She had power and she wielded it. There's more things that are going to come up about her. But her government days are done. Jackie Johnson's government days are done. They might try to do some stuff to try to ease her firing. She's gonna get, because of who she is and what she did, she's gonna get picked up by another. Uh, she's gonna go to work for some lawyer's company. They're gonna pick her up. Some racist lawyer's company is gonna pick her up. I don't have jail. It may be money. Actually, I don't have any money cards. She might go to jail. She's going to get punished severely. Okay? I don't have a jail card, but something is going to happen. She's going to be punished severely. She's going to lose that job. She is going to lose her job. Okay? But those people, there are some people who are going to reach out and catch her because she works for them. You know, she tried to protect some white guys who killed an old black guy who when they're like, I don't know why everybody's worried about it. We only killed a black guy. And that's the mindset, guys. I'm not pretending. I really ain't. Okay. So yes, she will be prosecuted. Jasmine has a question. Why are all the mass shootings against minorities? Why? That's the easiest question. It's all of, think about when somebody picks up any type of a weapon and goes after anybody else. We have to look at the mindset of these individuals. When somebody leaves their house with a gun and goes to a school and shoots people, goes to a grocery store and shoots people, they're shooting strangers. This is a coward act. They're shooting people, most of the times they're shooting people they've never even seen before. You know, and the mass of it. Now, when it starts, usually the first person they kill is the closest family member to them. Mom, dad, sister, brother, or all of the above, and then walk out of the house and then just spray everybody else. This America. What does America not take care of? And we'll start there. We do not have a robust health system that everybody can participate in. We have sick children, we have starving children, we have children who don't get breakfast, and we have a government that makes it okay for school systems who operate through the government to shame children, shame them for being poor and not feed them or force them to do manual labor to get a lunch, to prostrate themselves, to be humiliated in front of the rest of the school so that they can get a peanut butter and I'm gonna cry. So they can get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to put in their belly. This is our country. This is our government. The schools are run by the government. The rules are made by the government. The oppression that our children are under, is by the government, whether it's local or in Washington. This is being done to us. And then you get angry people with guns who walk into schools and shopping centers and just kill people. And yeah, it's not just everybody. 90% of the time, it's brown and black faces that get shot. 90% of the time. Why? Why? Why are most of the crimes in this country perpetrated against brown and black people? Because we live in a system of white supremacy, period. They've been trying to kill everybody that is not white since Europeans got here, starting with the Native Americans. There were millions, millions, millions of Native Americans. Millions. By the time the Europeans got here and got settled, there were only a couple 100,000. Natives were slaughtered by the gun in America. And that slaughter has not ceased since the 1400s. Micaela has a question about ET disclosure. And guys, this is coming. I was sitting outside yesterday. Yesterday, me and my wife were sitting outside. And I looked up at the sky and it looked like a plane was about to crash. And I'm looking and I'm like, why is that plane looking like it? I mean, going straight down at the things. And I'm looking, but it's not moving. It's like stuck in the middle of the air. But it looks like it's crashing. I run to go get my binoculars. And by the time I got out, my wife says, it just disappeared. So I'm watching this plane that looked like it was crashing, that was stuck in air, not moving. And by the time I got back outside, it had just disappeared because it wasn't a plane. Guys, look up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And don't let the government, again, the government is going to spin this to try to induce fear. Yes, the government wants you to panic. Oh, yes, They do. They want you acting crazy. Because guess what? If people start acting crazy, start trying to shoot at the aliens, yada, 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 what is the government going to do? Martial law. Lock down the whole country. Nobody can come out of their house. Now they got you. Do not panic. Do not panic. Okay? The aliens, the ETs have been with us since time began. They are not separate from us. They are us. We are them. We all came from a star system somewhere. Our infinite spirit came from somewhere in the cosmos. Okay? Death is a construct. It is not a real thing. When you die and you see that bright light at the end of the tunnel, that is your head popping out of your mother's womb as the light hits your face. Okay? That is your rebirth. That is reincarnation for a lot of people. Okay? Just marinate on that for a second. Okay? Just marinate on that. Now, when the ETs do disclose this when disclosure comes, Micaela wants to know how can you know if somebody is beneficial or malevolent? Use your discernment. If you are open, if you are connected, number one, they will be able to communicate with you telepathically. Number one. If you have anything on, you will be able to feel them. There are so many extraterrestrial people walking amongst us, and you can tell who they are. Guys, come on. Yes, there we have ETs walking this earth right alongside us. Have been this whole time. Working, some of your workmates are extraterrestrials. Okay? Yes, this is not far-fetched. It is not at all. The only thing is that the veil of uncertainty is being lifted. The matrix in the sky is going to be cleared. You are going to be able to see what is actually going on above our heads. We have been brainwashed and lulled into a sleep so that we don't see things, that we are incapable of seeing things. And again, they do this through our water. That fluoride in your water that calcifies your pineal gland stops you from being able to see the ETs, stops you from being able to use your telekinetic, telepathic, all of your kinetic energies that you have, the ability to move things. Yeah, we all have those abilities. We just have to learn how to unlock them, how to harness them, and how to learn how to use our own bodies. We are power manufacturing machines. We are a generator of power. Do you think a generator just generates power for somebody else to tap into? Or do you think that that thing that has all this power actually has power? It is not just a battery for others, but the powers that be have made us nothing more than a battery for big business and rich people to tap into and leech off of. All right, so use your discernment. You will be able to communicate with them telepathically. If they mean you harm, they will. There ain't nothing you can do if they mean to harm you. But that's the thing is, guys, don't. They've been here. You're still alive. They have not killed us. If they wanted to kill us, they could have done it 100 times over. They could have regulated the population of this planet. That is not what they're here for. They are here to make sure that we don't screw up the rest of the cosmos. Okay? That we don't jump from this planet and take our poison elsewhere. That we don't leave this freaking galaxy. That is what they are gatekeepers. And they are also our rides back to our where we came from. So when the new earth comes and our new incarnation, believe me, the ETs have a very, very, very big part to play in that. Because as Mother Earth is going through her transition, and if you're a religious person, and since the Bible is a mixture of truth and lies, this part, the earth being destroyed by fire this time, is true. So now just think about this, and it's gonna sound crazy, but just think about this. If the ETs are here and about to park all these ships in the sky, And even in the Bible, it says, hey, on the day of the rapture, all these people just gonna get sucked up out of their shoes and fly up into the heaven. Come on, put two and two together, guys. Two and two together. Now, they got you thinking that it's God that's going to lift you up and take you to heaven and you're going to die. No. What about if it's the ETs? Your mothership is going to come and they're going to beam you up, Scotty, and phew, take you back to where you come from. And then when the earth heals, boom, we will be put back on our utopian planet that we have created once the system of change has taken place on this planet. Think outside the box a little bit. The Bible is a mixture of truth and fallacy. So the rapture that is mentioned in the Bible, instead of thinking that it's going to be this thing where everybody's just going to be struck dead instantly and get floated up to heaven, think about it this way. All the ET ships show up, and then people start getting beamed up to go home. And that's the rapture. And it's nothing to be afraid of. The Christians got you afraid. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. No, you're not. You're gonna live. You're gonna live your best, most excellent life. Don't be afraid. It's going to be wonderful. Don't be afraid. Okay. She also wanted to know, are beings from other dimensions who seem like ETs walking Earth? Yes. We have multidimensional beings with us all the time. And again, if you just open yourself up, tap into your own intuition and take a look around, you'll be able to see. In fact, a lot of beings that are extra dimensional kind of shimmer. They have a little light, kind of like a light around them. And another thing is that they are not going to be your general negative people. They're going to be the friendly, smiling, helpful people. You'll know them because they're not like regular, everyday people. Usually they're nicer, they're taller. They're either taller or shorter. It's extremes. So, and then, little quirky, different looks, you know. And you see those families where every one of them looks like a carbon copy. Yeah, you might be looking at a whole family of aliens. Okay. My next question is from VCOOLWATER. And Australia elected Anthony Albanese for Prime Minister. They got rid of Scotty from marketing. I love it when the other reader says that. And I love her and now I can't think of her name. I watch her all the time. Anyway, um, will Anthony Albanese help Australia to become more progressive? Will Anthony Albanese help Australia become more progressive? I got not a yes, not a even semblance of a yes. But what I did get, um, Albanese is going to help with Australia's economy. Going to start putting some things back for protection. He's going to be a fair ruler. He's going to do some things that are going to upset the Australians, but for the most part, he's going to try to work with people. But guys, again, don't put all your trust in one man because his final card is the Tower. Anthony Albanese may do something or he may do something or be involved in something that is treacherous. This is not, since the question was about the government, is he going to help Australia? Woo! All right, you get the Tower as the last card. That is the final outcome. So, guys, I kind of see there's some trouble that Anthony Albanese is either going to usher in or be weighed down under in Australia. There's nothing saying that he's going to do something bad, but maybe it's just circumstances may be bad that he has to try to work his magic through a crumbling or a downtime in Australia. Okay. So the last card for Australia and Anthony Albanese is the Tower. So, and what I've got here, and I just want to make this clear. What I've got is that it seems like Anthony Albanese is going to try to do his best for Australia. He has just got some things stacked up against him that he is going to have to be working through. He's got the Tower as his final outcome. So his tenure is going to be rough on him, but he's going to try to help Australia, and there's no telling what Scotty for marketing left him. And this is all around the world, guys. Sabotage to try to let those forces that wish to control every aspect of people's lives. That's what this is all about. Okay. Jasmine has a question. Is there something subliminal being messaged into kids to make them more prone to violence? And I got this question after I spoke on it on Friday, but I'm going to speak on this again. Yes, yes, yes. And if you want to test the theory, go to GameStop or wherever you can go and rent a video game if you can still do that. I don't know if you can still do that. But if you can go rent a video game and you have a game deck, go rent Grand Theft Auto. Play it for 1 hour and tell me how your mindset changes. Because it's gonna take you through levels. Number one, when you start playing the game, you're just driving around doing things. Then the missions start. You got to go rob a place or steal a car or do something like this. Yeah, they make you commit crimes in this game. So they have kids out there driving around, stealing cars, jacking people off of motorcycles, beating up pedestrians, stealing guns, shooting cops. That's what this game is. It's a violent game. 5-year-olds play it. 5-year-olds play it. Yes, there is subliminal messaging in the game. The games are literally walking children through a shooter course. A child does not ever have to touch a physical weapon to know every operating part of it because the game will teach them, really teach them how to aim, how to be a sniper. Yes, these games teach your children how to become mass murderers. And it also works on your children's um, ability to separate fantasy from reality. Video games have been programming our children since 1970. Okay? Understand. Understand anything that you just allow your children to sit in front of and absorb. That is exactly what they're doing. You think they're just playing a game. They are being taught. The dialogue in these violent games, listen to the words. Listen to what the children are being told to do. How does a child who has no life experience, how do we expect them to understand the intricacies of being an adult? They don't know. But we put them in adult situations and expect them to just know how to respond. And we just sit back and let electronics raise our kids, teach our kids, because we don't have time to do it ourselves. Or they want to throw a tantrum because their friend gets to play this game and we just renege and give in and give it to them and never even look at what we're letting them do. Being a parent is more than just being your kid's friend. It's being their protector. Try to see what's going on. Protect them from the dangers that our government, and I have to put it back on the government because they write the rating laws for these games. Look at where we are and how we got here. And don't get it twisted. This has been done to us. We are victims of this. Okay? But yeah, we are being bombarded by subliminal messages. Our children are being bombarded by subliminal messages. Every freaking cartoon, every ad that comes on the TV, every ad that plays on the radio has subliminal messages. They want you to purchase their product. They are going to do anything to make their product stand out in your mind. Think about it. Of course, they use subliminal messages. They use rapid flashes. So you see, there's images being flashed in front of your face that you don't even see, but your brain sees it. Yes, we are being programmed 24/7. And children who don't have life experience are being put in adult situations that they have no idea how to deal with. And we, in our stupidity, just walk around like everybody is just born knowing everything. And we think that these kids can disseminate between what is real and what is fantasy. You put you let a 5-year-old play Grand Theft Auto, and then Daddy leaves his Glock laying on the table, and you come back in the room, and now your 3-month-old baby is dead because he plays with guns in the game. Why can't he play with guns at home? Thanks. Okay. Next question. If If the Democrats regain control of both houses, will they pass gun control this time? I got the answer on Friday that said that our United States government is not going to do anything on gun control. That's got to be us. But let me ask again, because every day things change. We have free will, and it only takes the flap of a butterfly's wing to change the whole direction of this world. So, if the Democrats regain control of the House and Senate, with a veto-proof margin, will gun control be passed? That's a fair question. Yeah. I ain't getting no aces. I ain't getting no world cards. I ain't getting nothing like that. I got the lovers, people working together, and I got judgment. This country is already being judged on its violence. That's not going to change. But we got the lovers, or a partnership working together. But guys, what I did not get was a yes that said, oh my God, our country is going to change its ways. No, I got some people working together and some people being held responsible. But I don't have nothing. And I'm going to read you what I got. I got making money is the first part. Again, lobbyists, the NRA. They're kicking back 1 to 3 to $5 million to politicians. 1 to 3 to 5 million per politician. They're making money. Again, we get the theft card, stealing our democracy, stealing our freedom, stealing our very lives. Below, we get the tower. Okay? This is right below our feet. Force, fatality, and ruin. Next, we get the chariot, war. What this country is in a constant state of war. War with itself, its people at war with each other constantly. The near future, we get the lovers, the partnership, the working together, the coming together. Hopefully, this is the collective consciousness. The government is not going to change this, guys. I am sure that it is us that will have to change this. We have to change this. We have to stand up together. This has and will continue to be the bane of America. That we cannot rest easy because we are not a safe society. We are not even a sane society. You have to be sane to be safe. We live in an insane world. The seventh card is judgment. And that's what's coming. That's what's coming. Judgment. That is, we are being judged now. We are being judged by the rest of the world. that this is a society that does not value human life. Now, the last card, and I missed this, and again, I think this is going to be because of us, not because of the government. I think it's going to be us everyday people who change gun violence in America. It's not going to be the government. It's going to be us. It's got to be us. Again, we cannot continue to rely on the government when the government does everything to protect itself, to enrich itself, and to subjugate us. Okay? So the changes that need to be made to our country have to be made by us. And guys, I am convinced that will happen when, and it's going to have to happen when our government, when it's forced, when we force our government to restructure, when we tear down the old tenets of white supremacy and rebuild the tenets of this country based on all people's needs, everyone's needs, everyone's right to exist, everyone at the table, including children. The way that we treat children, children should have a say in the laws that affect them. Nobody should be able to tell nobody else to make them feel bad about who they are and how they were born. America has a lot of karma to work through, a lot of control issues to work through. And I'm here to just open everybody's eyes so that we can see them. Because once you can see what is being done to us, we can consciously change it. When you see the problem, then you can fix it. That's what we're here to do, guys. And that's just with our consciousness, our intention, our thoughts. Let's stop pointing fingers and blaming people for bad things and take that energy and put it into the universe and will sensible things to happen. We can do that. All right. Last question. And I think this is beautiful, girls, I'm not sure. Will the Phoenix Suns, and this might have already happened, guys, I don't know. Last question. Will the Phoenix Suns match player DeAndre Ayton's offer sheet and extend his contract? I have not read on this. I do not know who this person is. I don't watch basketball. Um, Will he stay with the Phoenix Suns or will he go? This is a yes or no question. Completely, I don't know nothing about it. Will the Phoenix Suns match player DeAndre Ayton's offer sheet and extend his contract? Will he stay or will he go? Last question of the day. Here we go. DeAndre Ayton. The Suns gonna pay you and you stay, or are you gonna go away? DeAndre Ayton is not gonna stay with the Suns. I got a not anything inkling to a no. What I got is the money card and the fighting inverted. Let me see what the fighting inverted. The 5 of Wands inverted. Let's see, so I don't get this messed up. Because I am definitely feeling a no, he ain't gonna stay. 5 of Wands inverted is trickery, contradiction, litigation, and dispute. I think this is beautiful, girl. I'm not sure. DeAndre Ayton. Uh-uh. He ain't staying with the Suns. The Suns gonna lose him. The Suns are gonna lose him. Um, he sees things different. He wants a better. He wants he's what he wants. They ain't came up. They no. It's a crossroads. It's a change. DeAndre Ayton is leaving the Suns. There's some bad business. Whatever went on there, the Suns ain't gonna make it right, and DeAndre Ayton ain't gonna stay. Nope. Nope. All right, guys. It's Monday. It is Memorial Day. Let's remember what this day is about. This is a day where a hundred plus, I think 150 slaves after the Civil War went and collected bodies that were rotting on battlefields or thrown in mass graves. African American enslaved people went and picked up bodies, unearthed mass graves, and gave all those people who died a proper burial in memorial, in memoriam. This is what Memorial Day is about. It was brought to you by Black folks. You're welcome. Have a great day, y'all. Namaste.